Hello everyone. Welcome to another learning session of Foundation of Programming at CodeMode, where you learn by practice. Currently you are learning all about data. And in today's class, we will learn about protecting ourselves online. Before I start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe our channel, especially if you are watching it on YouTube. For complete course and related coding practice, go to our platform my.codemode.us. Let's begin. In the previous couple of classes, you have learned about data security. We learned that companies are required to safeguard your data. We also learned what happens if the data is not safeguarded. What is PII? In today's class, we will learn that protecting our data or ourselves online is our responsibility. 2. We cannot leave it everything to the companies. Even though we use internet every day, internet is not private. Most of the websites you visit use some sort of cookies. A cookies is a tracking file that is placed on your computer once you open a website. In majority of the cases, cookies are used to give you a better user experience. For example, if you have already visited the website may show you some information because it knows that you are the repeat customer. Now, that cookie is also used to track, when did you visit the website, what other websites you have visited, what's your user history, all the sites you have visited in the past. And you will notice that based on your search history on Google, you may start seeing ads because cookies used by Google that information is used by Google in other cases. Same thing with the Facebook. So Facebook knows about you now because thanks to the cookies that you already visited, you already used this search, and Facebook or Google may share that information with other partner sites where they may start seeing an ad. For example, you go to kayak.com, you search for a airfare, you search for a travel from your city to another city, and then you may start seeing a lot of ads related to travel, hotels, and all that part. Now, what can you do in majority of the cases? You can always in the browser, you can go to the settings, you can disable cookies, or you can pretty often or pretty regularly you can clean your cookies so that all those tracking cookies are not stored on your computer. But in majority of the cases, those cookies are not very harmful. However, then there are much sophisticated mechanism used by hackers to steal your information. Let's talk a little bit more about it. The one common thing what we refer as phishing attack. The phishing attack is a process or a way to lure you into something, make you believe that it's a valid website. Take an example on my screen here that you can see that you got an email that says, hey, your PayPal access is blocked. Naturally, when you get an email like this, you may panic, and it says that your PayPal account is limited, solve in 24 hours, and they give you a link. It looks everything as PayPal. If you pay attention here, it looks like PayPal, but what you don't realize the email may look suspicious because it may not come from paypal.com. And most importantly, when you open this email, you go to here and you'll notice here that this website is not secure. Even though they're using the PayPal icon, they're using here the icon, and the whole site appears very valid, look and feel wise. But what you should pay attention is the URL in your browser. The PayPal will never use an unsecure site here, that you can see that it says not secure, and on top of it says paypal-accounts.com, which is definitely not paypal.com, right? But this site or this hacker has created a fake site which looks very similar to PayPal. When you go and enter your user ID and password, it will store this value, store in the user ID and password. It will take it from you and then use that user ID and password to go to your actual PayPal account and make financial transactions. So you have to be a little careful, especially when you get an email like this and you don't know. Make sure you check the email from where it is coming, check the URL that is opening before you do anything else. Now this style or this malicious mode is referred as phishing attack. Now there are other type of attacks too. For another one is what we refer as rogue Wi-Fi. In this case, you are connecting to a Wi-Fi network which is unprotected. You do not know. You see the Wi-Fi is free. You connect it. You start doing your transactions, and that Wi-Fi may steal your data, because when you type something on your browser, it goes to that Wi-Fi. From the Wi-Fi, that network, it goes to over the internet. But at this point of time, your data that you typed and you are sending it may be stored and hacked. Third type, what we refer it as computer malware. Now, computer malware could be multiple types. The virus is a type of software. It is type of program that runs on your local computer. It gets downloaded and installed when you do not know what you're installing. In many cases, you simply double click and install, especially on your Windows computer. And that program is a virus. It gets downloaded, and you install it unintentionally without knowing. It may look like a valid program, but you double click, install it, and then the virus may start destroying or corrupting the data on your computer or the files. Another type of malware is spyware, where they put a program on your computer and they start recording what you are doing. You start capturing the data, like your user ID, password, all of these things that you type it, and it will start tracking everything on your computer. That's why it is referred as spyware. And third one is also very popular nowadays. It's called ransomware. That means they lock your files and tell you to pay money. Unless they do that, they will not release your files on your computer. Some important files, important pictures, videos, your personal videos, those type of important data and files are literally kidnapped, and virtually kidnapped, and you are asked to pay some ransom before they release the file. And so you have to be very careful of what you download. Don't install unless you trust it, unless it comes from the trustworthy source, in order to protect yourself. Now that's all in today's class. Now if you have any question, feel free to ask on our platform my.codemode.us. Take time to solve the quiz associated with this concept. It will not only make you practice, but also test your knowledge and understanding. I'll see you all in the next class. Keep learning.